Hello and welcome to Perchance to Dram. I have yet again today another Kentucky bourbon whiskey under review. This time it is the Wild Turkey 101. That is 50.5 ABV for 101 proof Kentucky straight bourbon. It says it is aged up to 6 to 8 years in American oak barrels with the deepest char. That's the number 4 or alligator char. The bottle says caramel, vanilla, toffee, and spice. It is a high rye whiskey, though the precise ratios of the grains is undisclosed. Wild Turkey, Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Oh. Nice dark color as you would expect from that level of char. And this bourbon is one among bourbon people that I've spoken to that is very highly regarded, both just as a neat pour or as a mixer. And a great value. I mean, this is a liter that I got for $30. So, well, I guess we'll find out how great a value it is once we review it. Ooh, very intense. A little bit of orchard fruit, and definitely getting baking spices, and that's just very early on in the nose. A little bit of the alcohol intensity. Oh yeah, butterscotch. But then, intense, a little bit of fruit, and then the sugar comes in, butterscotch or caramel. Salted caramel. Oh yeah, getting a bit more of the spice now. Astonishing. That's flavorful. Really intense. It's very red, if you had to put a color to it. I get a lot of candy, like maybe a sucker or a lollipop that is cherry or dark berry, something in there. It has quite that, what almost comes across as artificial sweetness. Of course, there's nothing artificial in here. Ooh. Yeah. In the finish now, coming across much more lollipop. I mean, I can literally go back, and that's one of the amazing things about whiskey, right? Is the 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 sharing, even if it's just with yourself, your younger self, of memories, right? Because scent, as mammals, is such a huge part of our memory, right? That's from millions of years of evolution, and I am recalling with this taste Disneyland when my mom and my dad, Big Mike, took my sister and I to Disneyland in the summer of 1990 or 91, and got a huge lollipop. Didn't finish it, naturally. Shared it a bit, I think, with my sister, but many of the same flavors. That's amazing. Ooh, yeah. Okay, spice is coming in a little bit more now. Nutmeg. Still a lot of caramel. Cough drop. There is a little bit of a more almost savory, really kind of dry note on the end of the palate. I can't quite place. And then it goes into candy lollipop. Great whiskey from the Wild Turkey Distillery. This, you know, if you just want to sit down at the end of the day, experience some intensity with maybe not a lot of complexity, or you're looking for something that would be really good and stand out and stand through in a cocktail. And maybe I'll be testing that a little bit myself, though generally restrict myself to neat. So if I were to give it a tier ranking, I'd say C, because it, doesn't necessarily stand out on complexity. However, for the value and the intensity of the whiskey, I would recommend it if you're trying to, get into bourbon and maybe you haven't found a lot of richness in bourbon. If you're someone like me who came into the world of bourbon from Scotch whiskey, particularly, 46% and above ABV and cask strength, and all you know of bourbon so far is what I knew of bourbon before I started this, pours that you might get at a dive. This might change your mind on it because it's got a lot of character. So anyway, until next time, to drink, perchance to dram, take care of yourself.